Yo, it's Scrap Lotto, and right here we got
Hypocrisy Jones, and we are back with another installment of
the Weekly Plug.
Yo. These past couple weeks, this show has been crazy. I'm so happy that we're doing it. We're getting mad views, so thank you out there first and foremost.
Thank you, the viewers.
Yes, because without you, what are we? Just
nothing.
I mean, or we're some weird guys that like to record ourselves to talk.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different story. You know what you know what a good story is?
What's that?
You were right last week.
When am I wrong?
Obviously. So you brought up that everybody out there should listen to the new King's Disease 3. It's Nas. Woo! Boy.
Like one of my favorites this year. Like I said.
Every single song on there was a banger. Like I listened to it at least like 3-4 times already. Yes. Like front to back. Just that's all I was worried about.
Yes, it's like so him and Hit Boy done did it again when it comes to the King Disease series. Like they're 3 for 3, but 4 for 4 total of albums that they ain't put out the past 2 years. Like, which is crazy.
They're Wendy's
put out
in that bitch.
Four bodies, like dope bodies of work in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like
absolutely
for artists that been around as long as Nas, and for like 30, like, as he said, 30 summers. He's been around for 30 summers, and that's a feat not many people can say, especially rappers that came around in the early 90s.
I ain't gonna lie, Nas has been around longer than my dad. I'm sorry. Yo, so when you brought that up, I was like, yo, I've been rocking this Her Loss, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, King's Disease 3 was much better than Her Loss. And I think somebody got in their feels about that.
Yeah, somebody did get in their feelings about it. 21 Savage got on Clubhouse, which I call Chatter House, because that's all people do on there is just chat and gossip about stuff. But he got on Clubhouse.
That's like Black Twitter for like the underground Black Twitter, right?
Yeah. Kind of like it's sort of like that. It was like good. It was like fun during the pandemic, but then it kind of died down once everybody started going outside.
Yeah.
But 21 got on Clubhouse, started speaking about 90s rappers and being somewhat how they're not relevant, and then someone brought up Nas, and he said Nas is not relevant when it comes to, like, I guess hip hop, but he says he makes good music and has a solid fan base, which I think does that make you relevant somewhat?
I think that makes you relevant. If you have any sort of fan base or any sort of following, you're relevant to somebody.
Yeah, you're relevant.
Right.
Now, like, he could have, like, if he would have said it differently,
right, he
probably would have, been all right. But, he is from the UK, so he doesn't know American lingo like that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was. I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah, just all you know is he just needs to pick up a dictionary.
We can't give him excuses. That dude's basically from Georgia. I mean, for real. Like, he don't even have a UK accent no more. Tell me the last time he said chips and was referring to fries.
He does got like a knife on his head, and that's kind of like British, I feel like.
Oh yeah,
because knives.
Well, because they can't have guns there.
That too.
Yeah. So
because that's why you didn't put a gun.
That is why. I don't know. So I rock with 21. I don't rock with 21 on this, but
there's a kind of like a 7-step program that's floating around on the internet that they said 21, what the hip hop community says 21 needs to go through before he gets accepted back into the good graces of hip hop.
That makes sense. You can't disrespect Nostradamus. You got that 7 steps?
Oh yes, I do.
All right, let's see that.
Okay, here are the 7 steps that 21 Savage needs to do to be accepted back into the hip hop community, according to the internet. 1. Apologize to Nas, his family, and the hip hop community. 2. Learn and recite the entire Illmatic album.
Should already know that.
Yeah. 3. Donate $21 million to an inner city youth program in Queensbridge.
Yes.
Q Borough, keep it thorough. 4. Shave his hair and play sincere in the stage adaptation of Belly on Broadway. By the way, I bet you that's dope, seeing Belly on Broadway.
Honestly, I bet it is too.
5. Put up 10,000 flyers of King Disease 3 and place them throughout the whole New York City.
Yes.
6. Admit that King Disease 3 is better than Her Loss, both sonically and lyrically.
It was.
It definitely was.
It really was.
And 7. Meet with the hip hop community leaders to understand what relevancy is. Because you clearly don't know what relevancy is, because Nas is clearly relevant because it wouldn't have caused an uproar with you saying that. If you would have said like Run DMC is irrelevant, probably
that's factual right now.
Said anything, but saying Nas isn't relevant, when he clearly was just nominated for a Grammy last year and won it the year before that. So I don't know what his terms of relevancy is. Maybe he's not relevant within a demographic that's like 15 years old or 14 years old.
Maybe he's just not a fan of the Grammys, right? So, and maybe if he's not a fan of the Grammys, maybe he's just more so a fan of another award show, right? A really prestigious award show that we all know and love, yes. And that would be the Scrappies.
The Scrappies. Been going on since 2006, so every year,
long-standing tradition.
Yeah, every year I drop my favorites, but each year, I try to up it a little bit, make it a little bit better, make it a little bit more, appealing than the last year. So this year I actually got, categories with nominees instead of me just picking who wins. So I got let's say for best female R&B album, I got that category. I never had that category before. This year I do.
I like
Best Male R&B album. Got that category this year.
You didn't nominate Ice Spice, right?
No, she didn't make it.
Okay,
past
good.
The deadline.
Good. Yeah, have you seen those memes? One Gotta Go in all her songs.
Got that. She got 2 songs.
One really, right?
She just dropped one that matters. The other one really hasn't picked up steam. But yeah,
that's being not relevant.
Yeah, Scrappy's. It's coming December 25th on Facebook and this channel.
Yes, you will be able to see the Scrappies right here on the Weekly Plug as we host our own special.
Yes.
First time ever, but long-standing tradition again. So be sure to look out for that in a few weeks from now.
But we're gonna keep y'all updated with more and more and more stuff. Actually, we might even give you some of the nominees and the categories on a couple episodes leading up to the actual award show.
Yeah, so keep it locked right here as you go through your holidays. And speaking of the holidays, tomorrow, that's a holiday, right? It's kind of like a holiday, right?
Yeah. Holiday hell day.
It's my favorite day, not for the traditional sense, just because I like food and I kind of like my family. So,
Food and family.
Yeah.
Double F.
Yes. So, hope you guys out there are going to be safe in your Thanksgiving travels, your holiday travels. Hope you guys eat good, watch some good games
and leave the booty noodles alone.
Yeah, no booty noodles.
No booty noodles.
We ain't about no chitlins over here.
Keep that shit back in the 1800s.
Bro, one time my grandma cooked it, chitlins in my house. I was 6, and I was like, Grandma, never again. Never again. And she never did, and thank God.
Yeah, especially when they clean them. They just had the whole house smelling like ass.
Like ass. You know what's not ass? This past weekend, Black Panther 2 came out.
Oh, yes. Yes, it has.
Wakanda Forever. Wait, I feel weird saying that. Right. It's too cliche, right? But you saw it. What did you think about it?
It was, I would say, a good send-off to Chadwick. Kind of, no spoilers. I'm trying to be spoiler-free. Kind of sets up, because he passed away in real life. So, it has to happen somewhere in the movies.
Right.
That's the only spoiler I can give out, but that's clearly not a spoiler because he's dead. So he didn't film the movie, so he's not in the movie.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's good. It's a good little send-off to him. It's kind of emotional. There's certain emotional parts.
I know the internet was saying there's not a lot of dry eyes in the theaters with this one. I know a lot of people that had to hold it back throughout the entire time.
It's emotional. And Namor, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Namor is probably one of the better MCU villains.
Yeah.
Like I'll put like Thanos and him under. I'll put him underneath.
Okay. There you have it. Yo, shout out to MCU villains.
Yes.
I mean, Killmonger? Even better than Killmonger?
Oh yeah. Well, he's better than Killmonger.
Oh man,
he's better than Killmonger.
Killmonger's one of my favorites. But shout out to Black Panther, or as we call it over here,
Nigga Cat.
Yeah. So shout out Nigga Cat 2 actually.
Yeah,
so
two.
Yes.
Nigga Cat 2 and the Sea Mexicans.
Oh my god. We're about to get canceled. Just like but I think we can come back from that, right? You know, people get canceled all the time and then they come back. Yeah. Speaking of which, I got a documentary for you guys. Yo. You know I'm all about these killers, serial killers, and all this stuff. Yeah. But coming November 29th to Peacock is the Casey Anthony documentary. We actually have a small trailer clip, so check that out.
What's your emergency? My daughter's been missing for the last 31 days.
It's happening. The most closely watched case, certainly since O.J. Simpson.
As to the charge of first-degree murder, not guilty.
Casey's never told her story. Did she murder her daughter?
Casey interview? Marker?
What do you think my question is going to be?
Why did I wait 31 days to call 911?
Did you do everything in your power to protect your daughter?
The public thought that Casey didn't want to be a mother.
The lies make you think that she did murder this child.
It's not the Casey that I knew. She loved that child.
Let her through!
And lied. But no one asked why.
I'm excited for this. Cannot wait. I know I'm going to binge this. I wish it was coming out all in once, but it's a 3-part series.
Which, smart way to do it.
Yes, she's getting her money. She's still a horrible person, but man, I want to see this documentary. So be sure to check out Peacock for that. That is my plug, TV plug for the week. Got anything else for us?
Grammy nominations was announced, and always it comes with a lot of people getting upset, people are happy, but for the most part I've been seeing like people been upset with the hip hop category, which always there's nobody's gonna be happy.
Well, I mean, hip hop hasn't been represented in the Grammys.
Not well,
and it's just now really starting to be a thing, to be honest.
But there's the nominees like that normally like people really don't care for like the singles, and it's just the album.
People do singles now?
Yeah,
still?
like announced rap R&B single or rap single of the year. But this year for like rap album of the year, we got Pusha T with It's Almost Dry, and Kendrick Lamar with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. You got Future with I Never Really Like You or something like that. I can't remember the actual name of the album.
Future.
Yeah, it's Future. You
I
got
don't like
DJ Khaled, compilation of I think God
was
did.
it Bless? God did?
Yeah, God did. And Jack Harlow with his Drake impersonating.
How did Jack Harlow get a Grammy? Is this because Kanye said he liked him? Like
I feel like there's a machine behind him.
There definitely is. And that dude got a Puma deal.
Yeah, and that kind of like helped probably boosted him up. But him getting nominated and DJ Khaled getting nominated like kind of like have ruffles within certain people. And Denzel Curry came out and was upset about the whole him not being nominated. Him saying that other artists that should have been nominated over Jack Harlow and DJ Khaled and Future, he said basically Pusha T and Kendrick deserve
absolutely.
Those are the
only ones I don't have qualms with.
But this is my thing about people coming out saying stuff about the Grammys. They're silent when they're not nominated for a BET award. They're silent when they're not nominated for a Soul Train award. They're silent when they're not nominated for an NAACP award. But when the Grammys comes around and they're not nominated, they want to get all upset and pout all day on Twitter when all these other award shows that's supposed to be like for us or not nominate you, you don't have anything to say. But when these other award shows that's clearly they're not for us don't nominate you, you get upset. I just want people to make it make sense.
I mean, can't say it any plainer than that. That straight facts make it make sense.
Yeah, we don't care about the Grammys, but every year we have this same, oh, so-and-so should have been nominated. Oh, so-and-so shouldn't have been nominated. Oh, I'm happy so-and-so was nominated, but we don't care until it's Grammy season.
I'm not going to lie. I realized the Grammys were whack when Will Smith won one for getting jiggy with it, or whatever the fuck he will.
Yeah.
Millennium, or you remember that shit?
Like, I think it's getting jiggy with it, but also he won the first hip hop Grammy.
He did back in the day. Him and Jazzy Jeff. I'm not talking about that one, right? I'm talking about the other one when Will became really
big, and he was around. He came around the time what they called the shiny suit era. Yeah. So that's why Getting Jig would have won, or we would have got Puffy, or maybe Missy.
I mean, Puffy probably deserved it more, or Missy probably deserved it more back then, honestly, because I remember that. I can't stop the rain. Yo, this has been the weekly plug. I am Hypocrisy Jones. You can find me all over Facebook at Hypocrisy Jones. You can also find me on the In Your House podcast and page. You can also find me on Kokomo Press. Be sure to check that out. But yo, this has been fun. Tell them where to find you.
Scrap Lotto. You can find me on Twitter at Scrap Lotto, Facebook at Scrap Lotto. You know, or my Instagram is Eric Moses, which we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Yo, be sure to find him on the AMP app as well. Yo, this has been the weekly plug. We're out, yo.
Peace.
Yo. Oh, yeah. Hey, Writer Design, get a shirt. We talk shit about you.